So, ladies and gentlemen, this information is very, very critical. I told you in my last video that I'll be talking about a particular country. I won't say that it's beginning to disappoint me. No, they are actually good people. We've seen their citizens really, really hold it down for the AES. But some things are going on recently that I don't understand. So, I might need you people's help to help me understand what is going on here because I don't know. Okay. I'm against nobody. But if you don't like the truth, okay, you can react whatever way you want to react. But we're just giving you legit information. Either you like it or not, it's legit. 15,915 explosive seized in Mali by Malian customs. 15,915 explosives seized in Mali by Malian customs, hidden in a vehicle coming from Ghana. That is the key here. Okay, don't react already. 875,400 prohibited medicines also discovered. Stay vigilant. Okay, now what do I feel about this? I don't think, because Ghana is a country that you know takes everybody. There are Nigerians in Ghana, there are South Africans in Ghana, there are people all over Africa in Ghana. Ghana is a very, very lovely place. Their citizens are good people. In fact, matter of fact, I don't think they care. Just do your thing. Be a law-abiding citizens and be a law-abiding citizen. And the Ghanaians are okay. The Ghanaians don't have problem with anybody. Okay, but let's take something into consideration here. The Ghanaians have been pro AES. I don't know if you understand. The Ghanaians, they are more like another AES state, just in the democratic world. But something is happening that people are not looking at. This is my own perspective. I think the Cote d'Ivoire border is well fortified. I think the Beninese border is well fortified. I think the Togolese border is well fortified, including Nigeria. But I have a problem here. I'll make you understand something. I think the elements that are trying to sow discord, they are no longer using the suspicious routes. I think they are finding one way or the other, they are coming through Ghana. If this information says this vehicle was going to Mali, coming from Ghana, I think it is not like the Ghanaians are responsible for this, but I think they are finding a way to go through Ghana. If I'm going to go through a place with something illicit and I know that, okay, this place is heavily monitored, I will have to find a way to go through a place that is not heavily monitored. So I feel like the AES forces are not so hostile along the borders of Ghana. So, and I think this is where the terrorist element or this nefarious element, these bad apples in the society are using. They are taking advantage of the good virtue of Ghana. And I think the Ghanaians have to pay attention before their image is being soiled in the mud. Now, some people have reacted negatively to this. Oh, Ghana is beginning to sabotage and this and that. That's how people react to things like this, because people sometimes can overreact when it comes to the AES, because AES is like the hope of all Africans that we don't play with them. Okay. But this is my opinion, right? And I've shared with you that I think people are beginning to use the Ghanaian borders. It might be for two reasons: because they feel like it is safer, they are going to go without being suspected, or they might try to use that border so that Ghana again can be in, like, in an opposition direction with the AES. They might be trying to make efforts to destroy the friendship that Ghana has with the AES states. I feel like they want to circle the AES state around and make life unbearable for them since they are landlocked. This is looking somehow Like, I don't know if you guys can link it properly. It's looking like something Western to me. Use this to this to this. The driver might be a courier, okay? But that is the shipment they're trying to get into Mali. So the question is, what is the purpose? And this could maybe be an ordinary citizen trying to do illicit, you know, job, perform illicit activity. But thanks to the, conscious effort of the Malian customs to intercept this bad shipment. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathalie Yamp, the Minister of AES, now released another statement. This statement is a little bit critical and we need to look at it again. Ghana is involved. Nathalie Yam, the Minister of the ES, said, after inviting Bill Gates to Accra, Ghana to discuss health program and vaccination, hey, God of mercy, should Bill Gates still be in Africa? If my generation, I'm not talking about me, my generation, if we are the leaders of this Africa, if we are the leaders of the Africa, if we are the leaders of Africa, it might be extremely difficult for white people to come into Africa. I'm sorry. It might be very, very difficult because our generation is a very no nonsense generation. We don't obey rules. We don't want to know what contract you signed in 1960. We don't care. Matter of fact, I am the president of Nigeria. Tomorrow I find myself on that seat. The for see Shell and all those companies that don't belong to Nigeria, they are leaving. And a lot of politicians must be ready to leave. They must be. First of all, I'm taking away the immunity of politicians so that people that will, I think ordinary citizens will live in their home and more politicians will live in the jail. They will live in prison, and it will be terrible. But ladies and gentlemen, this is our daddy. This is our beacon of democracy. J.D. Mahama, the people's choice. After inviting Bill Gates to Accra, Ghana to discuss health program and vaccination, if you want to vaccinate the Ghanaian people, we won't hold you. But that is suspicious. Here is John Dramani Mahama, according to Nathalie Yamb, inviting Alex Soros, the son, successor of the other, that is his father, the bigger Soros, to talk about democracy. Has someone thrown him off? Uncle J.D. Mahama, you need to take a hard look at yourself urgently. That is according to the minister of the AES. Guys, what do you think? Inviting, you know, Bill Gates to Ghana to come and talk about health program and vaccination. Bill Gates, a man that is actively working hard to reduce the population of Africa. These guys can, I believe some of them can see 10 steps ahead. So they know the implication of having the population of Africa, the demography of Africa improving. Believe me, they know that if Africa can wake up tomorrow and they can remove most of the colonial stooge, the population will be an advantage and development will be at God's speed. And that is why they are making this effort. No white person wants the good for a black person. It's just the straightaway fact. I'm just putting it out there. No white person, there's nothing you want to tell me, have the interest of a black, even if they are talking, is because even if they are talking for a black person, I believe that somehow, some way, is either they are not in good terms with their people, or maybe they are ignorant. You know, they are really, I don't trust no white person. Okay. So these Soros now coming to Ghana to talk about democracy. You know, for JD Mahama to invite Soros to Ghana to talk about democracy makes me smell things like, who knows, maybe the Western powers feel like democracy in Africa is threatened. Maybe they feel like the thread is wearing thinner, and maybe the plug of democracy might be pulled. Coupled with the fact that Burkina Faso just annihilated INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission. Who knows? Maybe Burkina Faso is trying to come up with a system of government that will be free and fair to the people, but will not be democratic. What do you think? The intelligence of Captain Ibrahim Traore is not something that anybody should mess around with. They might come up with a system that might work for the entire African. The West actually fears the brain in that guy's head. I might be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we have three questions here. Ghana is funding Ukrainian drones. Ghana has invited Bill Gates to talk about health programs and to probably fund the vaccination of Ghanaian kids. Alex Soros to talk about democracy, and now illegal drug shipments en route to Mali from Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, are we safe? No, that's the question we need to ask right now. Are we safe? I don't know what to say. Honestly, I will say I still trust the Ghanaian civilians, but I'm beginning to look at JD Mahama. I've not lost my hope in him. I've not lost my respect for him as a man, but my mind is prepared that it could be compromised. He's human too, and in the democratic world, anybody can be compromised. But we will see. But I'm preparing my mind for every possibility so that when it happens, I won't be caught unawares. And I want the pro AES people that are on the right course of history to pay critical attention, because the person you know today might not be the same person you see tomorrow. Trust nobody, like they say. Now we have another devastating, diabolical situation in Africa. The prisoners that America has just released to the country of Eswatini. They've just been deported. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these guys. I'm not sure Eswatini know what's up. I'm not sure that Eswatini know what time it is. Look at these guys. To me, I don't know. You might be seeing prisoners. I am looking at. To me, these guys look like mercenaries. I don't know if you know what you are watching here. Look at these ones, prisoners. Look at them. Look at them. You think these people are coming to Eswatini to make peace? The only way out is if they are taking them as they are landing in the airport. They are taking them to some of the most devastating prison ever. A prison where they won't even see the sun. Look at these guys. God of mercy. Look, this is why I give it to the Nigerian government for not taking these elements. Look at these elements that they want to bring to Africa. 300,000 of people like this to Nigeria. Are these people even normal? So, guys, your boy 72 Andre signing out. Before I go, let us have your opinion in the comment section below. Bye bye.